Yeah. Touching the horse in a spot or an area that he's not expecting you to touch it with the spurs, or with the whip in leading, and riding with the heels of your foot or feet, or the spurs if you ride with the spurs, and so on. While riding the horse, for example, in canter, trot, and so on, he's afraid of something to his left side or right side, like a car behind him, or a tree, or a wall, or a fence, or whatever, or other horses. So he's concentrating on something and he's forgetting about your body on top of his back. Unconsciously and suddenly you just touch an area that he's not expecting you to touch. For example, he's looking at the right side, focusing on something or at something, so his left side is completely heavy and stiff. You touch him with your heel under, for example, his armpit, or on his shoulder, or on his front or front arm or hand, on the front side of his body, or his hindquarters and his thighs. Imagine that you touch the thigh of the horse literally with your heel. That area is very stiff while he's looking at something at the opposite side. So immediately he will feel it and jump in his place, or play in his place, or let's say spook in his place. If he's well trained, you reminded him that this is what's gonna happen if he decided to spook. So I'm saying to him, instead of waiting for you to be afraid of that thing that you are looking at, then you try to buck or bolt and you will fail. And instead of bucking or bolting, you will just be afraid or spook in your place. I'm gonna make it happen faster. I'm gonna touch you with the stiff area without you expecting to do it. So you're not going to buck or bolt or rear up. You will just spook in your place. So instead of waiting him to spook from that scary thing that he's afraid of, or looking at, or concentrating on or in, or at, or whatever, you spook him with the touch at an area he's not expecting you to touch it, or he's not expecting any, let's say, movement around it. Is not expected to be touched at it or in it. When you do that as a good rider, or a good rider riding a well-trained horse, the horse is going to give you what he's going to give you anyways when he spooks. So instead of waiting for it, you make it happen quicker or faster. If you are a bad rider, you don't want to do that. You want to delay it as much as possible. You delay the idea that is going to happen as much as possible, because your riding is not that good. You don't want him to remember how bad your riding is, or how little control you have over him. So you wait for it to happen, then try to deal with it. While as a good rider, instead of waiting for it to happen, make it happen quicker and faster. So when it happens, he will not be shocked by the level of control you want from him and the level of control you will achieve with him. A horse who's never used to you controlling him when he spooks, when he really spooks and you try to control him, he will be completely, let's say, shocked, and might do something dangerous for you and for him, like hitting up and falling on you, bucking in a very hard way upwards, then trying to move backwards, and if he fails, he will move backwards more than he should, and so on. But if it's a horse that you already taught that you can control him in the toughest situations possible, when he spooks and decides to do something and you control him, it will not be the first time you control him when he tries to buck or bolt or whatever. So delay it as much as possible. If you are a bad rider or a beginner, make it faster and sooner as much as possible. If you are a good rider, make it sooner or faster by touching him in an area he's not expecting you to touch. So instead of spooking when he reaches to the scary thing he's afraid of, or when he moves closer to it, he will be afraid or spooked now. So when he is afraid or spooked there, it will not be that big of a deal. But if you wait and wait and wait, then it happens. Two options will happen. A bad rider will lose control. A good rider will control the horse, but the horse will be shocked of the level of control you are asking from him, or you are achieving with him. So he might do something dangerous for you and for him, or on you and on him.